Just press record, Doug. All right, hey, what's going on, everyone? This is L.A. Williams, short for Leslie Alexander Williams III. Y'all know who it is, the blind guy that's got all the vision, enough vision to share, and that's the reason why I'm here. So, I want to talk today about why, it's my belief that you can't be an author and a punk at the same time, right? I think those two really just don't go together, and I understand how scary it can be to write a book. I'm actually in the process. Some of y'all know I'm in the process of writing a book myself. And one of the reasons why I'm doing it, I read the book called Key Person of Influence by Daniel Priestley, right? And so, I'm beginning to understand the value of being an author. My man Sean Bradley always tells me, LA, you gotta write a book. He's been telling me that for years, but I never really could tie together the reasons why and all that kind of stuff like that. But I guess now in 2024, it makes sense. So, first of all, let's talk about why it's so scary to write a book. The different types of book you can write, okay? So I think there's probably about 5 different books. Daniel Priestley, he talks about 5 different types of books that you could write, and most of them are scary. I'm gonna say 4 out of 5 of them are really scary. Probably 5 out of 5 of them for most people are scary, but for real, 4 out of 5 of them are pretty scary to actually embark on, right? So, like my book specifically, right? It's called So What I Can't: Unlocking Potential Against All Odds, right? So it's basically what Daniel Priestley calls the I've Been There book, right? So it's my personal journey, kind of, memoirs, talking about how I've done the things that I've done in life, right? A lot of people, they say, oh, LA, you blind and you've been able to accomplish A, B, C, D, E. And so I want to know how you did it, right? And so I'm going to talk about those things. So this type of book it's all about, sharing personal experiences. People don't want to do that, right? All the struggles and everything like that, the journey. Nobody really wants to talk about it. And I'm telling you, I'm having challenges with it, not because I'm afraid to, but it's as I dive deeper, I'm like, oh shoot, that's not the reason why. What's the real reason why? Like, because I want to be one of those kind of people that can, in my book, I want to answer the questions that I would ask myself if I was up on stage at one of those author con things, like where you ask the guy questions. I want to be able to answer those questions inside my book. So I'm diving deeper and deeper, and it's really like challengingly rewarding, whatever you want to call it. That's a term, right? It's tough, but I'm getting a lot out of it. So, but I already know that most people don't want to do that kind of stuff, right? It's a narrative. Because it's a personal evolution, right? Writing a book, man, you gotta put yourself out there a little bit, right? People don't want to do that, and so they think that that's the only type of book, and so they're like, oh no, I'm not trying to do it, right? So there's another book called he calls it the I Can Help You book, right? And so it's like a blueprints to brilliance book. So you got to have a lot of confidence if you're going to write a book like that, because you telling other people, hey, listen, if you follow what I tell you to do, then you'll succeed too, right? But everybody's afraid because they've probably said this themselves. Oh, I read that book, and I read your book, and I did everything you said, and I'm still just the same place I was before. Well, truthfully, they probably didn't do all the things that you said in the book, but we let people get in our heads, you know what I'm saying? So people don't want to be under that type of fire. Pow, 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 right? Shots fired. People want to do that, so it's scary. They're like, I'm not trying to write no book. I'm not doing it, right? So that's another reason why, again, you can't be no punk and write and be an author at the same time, right? I don't think those two go together. Number 3, let's talk about the research and insights book, right? So not only providing guidance and all that kind of stuff, but and being able to solve people's problems. This book is kind of like a research and insights book. Like I call it like the Insider's Almanac, right? So if you're an insider, you know something about something, you want to be able to share that insight, share that research, share what you know with other people. But people think, I don't know nothing that other people want to know, which is totally incorrect, right? Because you know a bunch of stuff that other people want to know. You just don't know that they want to know it, right? So again, you got to be that kind of person that says, you know what, I do know something. I do have some value to bring to the world. It's amazing how everybody want the world to bring them all this value. They're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I want to be wealthy. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. But then you ain't offering no value to the world. Like, why don't you go offer some daggum value to the world? Because you think you don't have none? You absolutely have some. I've talked about that in previous videos, okay? So, big reason why people don't want to write a book, right? They like, man, I'm not doing that, right? They don't believe enough in themselves or in the knowledge that they have. They don't think they have it, okay? All right, number 4, Mr. Priestley, he talks about the vision for the future book. Oh my gosh, this is definitely a scary kind of book to write, because I'm basically writing about what I believe is going to happen, right? But don't nobody want to be loud and wrong, right? And so if you put it in a book and you're wrong, you're going to feel like, you're going to feel salty, right? So that's not a position that most people want to be in. They don't want to be loud and wrong. I got a new student, I call her loud and wrong. So she's totally okay with being loud and wrong. I'm encouraging her, right, to be loud and wrong, because that's, so what, right? At least you stepped out there, right? It's so many different reasons. I ain't gonna get into that. But again, you can't be an author of a book like that and still be a punk. Like, it's not gonna go together, right? You can't be afraid to say what you think is gonna happen, right? All your predictions, all the perspectives, everything that you think is gonna happen, write about it. You bold enough, let's go, right? But most people not that bold, right? Now, so I talked about 4 different types of books that would be challenging for the average person to write, especially if they got a little bit of that punk in them. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not right to say that, but I'm saying it anyway because that's how I am, right? So here's the deal. There's another type of book, and it's the compilation book, right? It's like a collective book of wisdom that doesn't even have to come from you, right? It can be stories and insights that come from other people, right? That's the cool part about it, man. You can just like sit down and talk to people, right? You could be like a reporter, right? And really just interview people, write down their key thoughts, and all you do is just share with other people a bunch of other. See, now, like for me, this is not my first time writing a book. Like, it's my first time doing it by myself, right? I'm one of those authors where I've been in, they have a collection of authors get together and everybody writes a chapter and now we got a book. So I've done those before, but this is the first time me doing it by myself. So I get it. I totally understand how quote unquote scary it can be. But man, you got to find a way to, if you listen, you like, I got to get the daggum job done. So it doesn't matter. I got to find a way to make it a little bit less scary. And so the last type of book I'm discussing here, Daniel Priestley, he talks about that compilation book. It's one of the easiest ways to do it, right? So I just encourage you, man. Listen, if you are a little bit of you are a little scary, you are a little apprehensive. That's the right word, apprehensive, right? About writing a book, but you know that you absolutely got to get it done. Then just put together some case studies, some stories, some interviews around this kind of stuff, and then people will be like, "Oh my gosh, that was so cool! Thank you for doing that!" Right? Even it was Napoleon Hill who sat with Andrew Carnegie, right? I don't know if it was Carnegie. Everybody says it differently, right? But Dr. Napoleon Hill, his whole thought process when he got together was, I'm gonna do a compilation of all of these successful people, and he learned so much. And then y'all already know, if you don't know, you be to learn. But he became just such an amazing author that we all go to when it comes to how to master life. Napoleon Hill. Go read about him if you don't know. All right, so that's what I kind of wanted to share. I think I kind of lied in the description because I'm not really talking about the challenges and things like that I'm experiencing. I guess maybe a little bit I am, but I don't want to go to the details because I'm in the process of putting the book together. So if I tell you about the challenges, y'all gonna say, oh, what about this? What about that? So maybe a different day I'll do a video about that. But I just wanted to talk today about why you can't be a punk and an author at the same time, okay? So if you like what I had to say, which you probably do because you're watching to the end of the video, go ahead and like the video, right? Subscribe to the channel, share the video, right? Put this in front of people who don't put this in front of people who might be apprehensive, because then they gonna get mad at me because I call them punks, right? But it is what it is, right? If you could get past that and how that might make you feel, I think this video could be tremendously helpful for some folks. So without further ado, man, listen, what I already said, like, subscribe, share. I like how Dr. Myron Golden says, do all that YouTube-y type of stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next video. You know what's crazy, y'all? I did a whole version of this video with a water bottle in front of the camera, and I was kind of salty because I had to do it all over again. But hey, it is what it is. Talk to y'all later.